Alright, ladies and gents, I will have to apologize. I am. Oh. Mic check, mic check. Hello, everybody. We are not quite starting yet, but I am testing my microphone out super quickly. I have a new microphone. See what this sounds like on stream. Cannot hear it. There we go. Alright, mic check, mic check. Hello, hello, everybody. Is there a low humming? Oh my gosh, there is a low humming. Oh, what a waste. How about now? Oh my gosh. I can't believe it. I have a low hum. That's kind of sad. Alright, fellas, do give me a quick second as I switch back to my old microphone. Oh, got myself singing a little there. Alright, mic check number 2. Hello, hello. And we're back to normal. Alright, I'm going to go quiet now for the next 3 minutes. I hope you guys are ready, though. Alright, ladies and gentlemen, welcome back to week 2 of our triple header. I'm quite excited here. I hope as you guys are. Um, Hold on, I doubled my audio. I hope I'm not as loud as I think I am. Shoot, there we go. Okay. where am I listening to myself? There we go. Sorry about that, folks. You guys couldn't hear it. I could. It was a little distracting. I'll admit. Welcome back, though. Week 2 of our triple header here in our wonderful Purple Sector Racing League Division 1. Let's throw up the calendar super quickly here today. We have a fantastic race coming up here in Miami. We had a really good Jetta race last week, and it was really, really hectic. We had 2 pileups. Uh, I'm not on my A game today, it seems like. There we go. Audio's back. We had 2 pileups occur during lap 4, I believe. It was pretty nuts. So, really good race. Highly encourage you guys to go check that out in our YouTube. I believe it's also still up for rerun on our Twitch still. Highly encourage you guys to go check it out, support our drivers. I do want to apologize to our viewers. I'm starting to realize that I'm dealing with some severe technical difficulties. I have mentioned it a few times before, but I do stream and game all on my laptop. That's both work, personal, gaming, streaming, and I think the years are starting to catch up to this thing. I've noticed some uh, drops in performance, as I'm sure you guys have noticed in my streams. It used to be pretty smooth. I've actually had to lower a lot of the graphical settings since I've started streaming. I think I've been boiling my laptop alive, which has been a little unfortunate. I do use a cooling like plate, I guess, if you'd call it that. I mean, it's helped, but it you can only push equipment so far, obviously. But I did want to again provide that apologies if you've been seeing a lack of quality in the streams. I'm hoping to get that fixed somewhat soon. I don't make too much cash, unfortunately, so it's a slow and steady wins the race for me. Regarding upgrading the laptop, I do plan on getting another gaming laptop. So if anybody has any recommendations, that'd be phenomenal. I realize that PCs are obviously better, but I require something that I can pick up and move around with me, just for personal, work-related reasons and such. But I'll take any recommendations as previously mentioned. But with that said, we are here today in the wonderful GP of Miami. Currently waiting for our racers to enter the lobby so we can get ready to indulge. But next week we have Great Britain with a sprint. So again, as mentioned, this is a triple header for us. It's been quite hectic. I'm sure the drivers here, especially, are feeling a lot of the pressure. A lot of our drivers are in other leagues as well, so I'm sure triple header, on top of everything else, is going to be a real testament to their skills here. We're really going to see, I think, some phenomenal racing. I heard that there's quite a crazy event that occurred in Division Two. There was a gentleman who won first place, from my understanding, and he finished on 97% worn rear rights and like 80 something percent rear lefts. I mean, astounding, absolutely astounding finish. Don't know if it was first place, but I know it was a podium, which is ridiculous if you ask me. I'd be curious if we're going to see any kind of that magic here today. But our Division One drivers are quite competitive, and I'd be quite surprised if a strategy like that worked out in anybody's favor here. But with that said, let's jump over to the track stats. We are racing here today, as previously mentioned, in the Miami Grand Prix. It was built in, or opened, excuse me, in 2022. The designer is a Herman Tilk collaborator. It's called Apex Circuit Design. Herman Tilk, our track goat, as we all know. Track length is about 5.4 kilometers or 3.4 miles. It has 19 corners, 12 left-handers, 7 right-handers, and it's a relatively flat track, about a 4-meter elevation change. You guys will actually see the elevation change. It's kind of in the end of Sector 2 or start of Sector 3, I believe. I'll go over the track here in a moment. Or actually, well, let me just look at it. Yeah, it's at the end of Sector 2. But I'll be pointing that out to you all shortly here after I go over my fun facts for the track today. Um, as many of us may be aware, if we've driven the track, if you've not driven the track, I'm about to inform you. This is a hybrid street circuit. I don't know if I'd call it a street circuit. That's just my opinion. But it is a hybrid circuit where we're gonna have very heavy, fast sections, tight and awkward areas, and I feel like it's a really high overtaking track for non-professional drivers. But that's just my personal opinion on the track characteristics. I think it's a fun track to drive, though I'm aware that this track is not the most popular among many drivers. I'd love to know what your guys' opinions are. In fact, I can ask by doing this. Wait, hold on. Give me a second, guys. I'm trying something new. Hold on. Give me a second. Um, I promise you, it's gonna be kind of cool. Boom! I made a poll. It took me a little while, guys, but I got there. Do drop your opinion in the chat. I'm very curious to see what you wonderful viewers think of Miami. Again, I like it. I think it's a fun track both to watch and drive at a non-professional level. Um, and I think it's a very interesting track in terms of what there is to offer as well. Um, it's a very fluid, high-speed circuit track, except for turns 11 through 16. A lot of mistakes can occur, especially in Sector 1. But I'm getting kind of ahead of myself. I'm going through the sectors, not quite what I want to do yet. Uh, Actually, that is the next point of my notes here. I am going over the sectors. So for sector one, ladies and gentlemen, right there where you see that checkered flag, we're gonna have the start straight here, in which T1 through T8 will be sector one, the red bit, as you guys can see. Very fast opening section, as mentioned. A lot of rhythm, heavy, heavy rhythm. I feel like I say the word rhythm a lot, but you guys have to understand when you're in these cars, you have to get in a flow or you're gonna go off track, or you're going to take the non-ideal line and lose a bunch of time to your competitors here. So the start straight has turns 1, 2, and 3, which I have dubbed the Miami River. I forgot to add my quotation marks. If you guys see corners or straights with quotation marks, it's because I made up a name for them. I get tired of not having cool names for our circuits, and I've decided to take it upon myself to do that duty. But with that said, the Miami River turns 1, 2, and 3, coming out of a very, very hard breaking point into turn 1. You really have to take the ideal racing line, to be quite frank with you here. You're going to be quite slow as you go into the turn 3 right-hander here. A little bit of a runoff, or a little bit of a short runway here before we hit turn 4. Not super crazy overtaking opportunity unless you're sniffing the back of an exhaust from another driver. But going into turn 4, we have what is officially dubbed the fast sweep, which is turns 4, 5, 6, 7, and 8, finishing off sector 1 for us, hitting the DRS detection zone 1 as well. Um, I see some commenters here. Papatism, you love the track when it's dry. I think that's most tracks, to be quite frank with you. I can name you single track I like wet. Yeah, I can't think of any. Sorry. W pool, thank you. I'm very impressed with myself. I'm astounded I even found it somehow. I grew up in the age of technology as well. I'm pretty surprised of how little I know every day. But coming out of Sector 1, you hit DRS detection zone 1 here, where it's not 100% straight. It's a little wavy. You hit turn 9, and then you hit what I am dubbing Dolphin View. Dolphin View will be our DRS straight line zone here, coming out of turn 10. A lot of overtaking opportunity here. Very, very high speed section here. Honestly, Sector 2 is very interesting, if you ask me, because it's super fast coming out of Sector 1, and then you hit turn 11 right there. That is the back straight brake. Very, very sharp left-hander, very, very heavy braking coming out of DRS as well. So you have to consider it. Consider how you're going to approach this as an overtaking corner. It can be a little tricky because it's not a perfect 90-degree turn, as you guys can kind of see. It's like a negative 95. I'm trying to think of my quadrants right now. Whatever, negative 95, negative 100-degree turn, and you can overshoot it a little bit. There's a little bit of a runway. In case you miss it, you don't hit a wall directly, but you will lose position or you will lose time at least if you don't hit that properly. Going into turn 12 though, this is a fun little section. I would love to have seats here. Turn 12. Hold on. The chat is going off here. It's distracting me. Spam this chip, ward off evil spirits. I don't even know how you got a Dorito emote. Feel free to do that though. Do ward off the evil spirits. That is rain. We don't. Actually, I wouldn't mind a little rain. I'm not racing though, obviously, but I'd love to see a little rain. See what our drivers have to deal with. But going into turn 12, I'm sorry, I got a little distracted there. This is referred to as the stadium complex, turns 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, and 16. I believe it's referred to the stadium complex because there's this huge row of stadium chairs that pretty much surround the perimeter of turn 12 there. So you get to get real close to these drivers. Good overtaking here, actually. You wouldn't think it, but I see a lot of side by sides going into turn 13. And then you have one of the tightest chicanes of the season, turns 14 and 15 here, where not only is it one of the tightest chicanes of the season, it's probably one of the most punishing. Um, I guess Castle would be the worst chicane if you call Castle chicane in Azerbaijan, but this is a full blown proper chicane. Um, and there's this piece of concrete to the left there that can just absolutely decimate your wheel. You will lose your wheel if you hit that wall at any speed. Obviously, we don't have any ghosting as well in Division One, so if anybody hits that wall, there's going to be a huge pileup. So I don't know if I'm excited for that or if I'm scared. I no, I'm a little excited. It'd be kind of cool. I'd be curious to see what would happen. But coming out of turn 15 chicane here, you hit a nice little almost 90-degree left-hander once again. And then you hit the back straight here. This is the longest portion of the track, of course. One of the longer straights of the season as well, Sector 3 here. And then, of course, DRS Detection Zone 2. I anticipate we're going to be seeing a lot of our overtaking, obviously, here in the back straight. You will then hit turn 17, which I've dubbed the last chance. I should have added quotations there again. I don't know how I didn't do that because I did the Dolphin View name first, and then I did Miami River and then last chance. And I didn't add quotations there. Turn 17, though, heavy, heavy braking point. A lot of room, though. There's a lot of room. I honestly think you can go 3 cars wide here. I'm expecting to see a lot of action going into turn 17. Very, very excited to see that. Coming out of turn 17, though, you hit DRS detection zone 3 before you hit a nice little left right handing sweep, turn 18, 19. And then you hit the start straight, which is our third DRS detection zone. And then the track repeats. But with that said, I will be bringing up my second commentator here. He's been talking with his team. He is the team principal of Red Bull and V Carb. You guys know him as Captain Ahab, and allow me to drag him up if he's ready. I'm assuming he's ready. He said I could just. Oop. I don't think I have dragging power actually. Uh-oh. Let's see. I might have to go to the Red Bull booth then. I'm gonna have to leave the comfortability of my booth here, and I can't believe it. I've been muted this entire time. Money. Thank you for joining me here. Fantastic, fantastic. If you could bring Ahab up here, I'm ready to have him here. Or are you going to be my second commentator for today? Okay. He is so Ahab. I did tell him to do that just now. We can't hear Money. Duly noted. Thank you very much for that, Cubics. Um, Money
Thank you,
will be
Cubics.
joining me here in the commentator booth as well as
I'm gonna
Ahab.
get these drivers in.
Fantastic. Money is our director of motorsport. For those of you who are not aware, so he is quite a busy gentleman. I am very grateful to have him in the booth here today. But in that case, as we're waiting here, allow me to go through our fantastic teams here. And I have some news as well for anybody who's hoping for an opportunity. But to start us off, we have Oracle Red Bull Racing. We have Mac and Despy as our drivers here today. Both of them will be racing in Miami. Quite excited to see these folks. I did just get the opportunity to race with Mac in Le Mans Ultimate, the game, in Imola. I hate that track. Imola is like one of my least favorite tracks. I hope that is the case for everybody here as well. But let me look at the results of this poll super quickly, and it's pretty fun. I'm glad everybody agrees with me. I love it. I think it's a good track. But we have, as I mentioned, the Red Bull team. Both of our drivers will be joining us here today. Quite excited to see both of them on track. Very, very fantastic driving we've seen from both of these folks in season 13. So hopefully they continue to put on a show for us here in season 14. Moving on, we have VCarb, Samad, and JMO. We only have Samad. Oh, excuse me. We only have Samad here joining us today. Unfortunately, JMO was not able to make it to my knowledge here so far. But nonetheless, Samad, ladies and gentlemen, is one of our strongest drivers on the grid and is definitely a podium contender for today. So keep your eyes on the V carb. Moving on, we have Haas, MoneyGram, F1 team. We have full-time drivers Cecizo and Hatfield. Unfortunately, I'm not seeing any of our Haas drivers in the lobby at the moment. So unfortunately, I don't believe they'll be joining us today. Uh, Sorry, Carl the Chash just did a Fernando Alonso emo. I get distracted. Uh, I don't normally do. This is the most the chat's been popping off. I appreciate all of you guys in here right now. You guys are doing a fantastic job distracting me. None of these drivers are currently joining us today, unfortunately. Um, but I believe I don't believe we have replacements for the Haas team either. So that will be a quite big, unfortunate point loss today for the Haas team in the Constructors' Championship. Moving on, we have Ferrari, where we have full-time driver Reimer, our Season 13 champion, and we have Money, who unfortunately will not be racing today and will be joining me in the booth. But both of these drivers absolutely fantastic. Reimer, of course, our Season 13 winner. We're probably going to see some magic from him today. So I'm pretty excited to see that. Money has been a fantastic driver. He did a fantastic job. Quick shout out to him. Fantastic job carrying my bum butt in Imola. He did a great double stint after having to step in due to my poor internet connection. No, I don't think it's internet connection at this point. I genuinely think it's my GPU, CPU, you name it. It's that. Um, but nonetheless, he did a great double stint before I immediately bended into the wall and I killed the engine. I've never killed the engine before. So that was a unique experience. Once again, thank you very much, Money, for that hard carry. Moving on, we have the Kick Sauber team, full-time driver Focoena, who should be joining us here today. I am the team principal for these fine, fine gentlemen. So I believe we're still waiting for him to jump on in, but we have our full-time drivers, Wicked Sticks, who was Papatism. That is a name change. I would like to clarify. Papatism is now Wicked Sticks here. Very excited to see both of these drivers on the floor today. Next is the Williams Racing Team here. We do have a reserve driver stepping in, IUF1 William, who we saw a bunch of fantastic racing from him in season 13. And never mind. Sorry, excuse me. Um, I gotta hand it a little note. But we do have him as a reserve driver. Unfortunately, I don't believe Elliot or Prosk uh, will be joining us here today, or at least I have not been informed of such. Nonetheless, we're going to see some great, great racing with IUF1 William. He is our server rainmaster. So if it rains here in Miami today, we may be seeing some magic from this reserve driver on the Williams. Next up, we have the BWT Alpine F1 team with full-time drivers Rebel, full-time driver Mavic. We will be having Rebel joining us here today. He had a great, great win in Jeddah last week, so we may be seeing two back-to-back first-place wins here for Rebel. But let me not say too much. We do have some great, great drivers on the board, and Rebel will definitely have his work cut out for him. Unfortunately, Mavic will not be joining us here today, and I do not see a reserve driver on board for him. Next up, ladies and gentlemen, we have the Aston Martin Aramco F1 team, where we have the full-time drivers of GDB, and we actually, this is the news I wanted to mention today. We have unfortunately lost our second full-time driver for the Aston Martin team. We do currently now have an open seat for the Aston Martin team. So if you are interested in possibly doing that, feel free to join. We do typically try to gauge our new drivers in Division Two before we immediately bump them up anywhere. But nonetheless, it is an opportunity, and I'm quite excited to see who's going for it. We do have Cubics today driving the Aston Martin. GDB will not be joining us, unfortunately. Next up is the McLaren team, where we have full-time drivers No Cap and Mr. Boss. Unfortunately, Mr. Boss will not be joining us here today. He had a fantastic race in Jeddah. A very unfortunate moment in the pits, which cost him a first place, I believe, or even a podium. I think he didn't get a single podium, unfortunately, due to a 10-second penalty that occurred due to safety car conditions. Very, very unfortunate moment. But we do have FIFA Teddy, who did just win Division 2, I believe, and No Cap, who is our full-time driver. Next up is the Mercedes AMG Petronas F1 team, where we have Rassam and Mini B-Man. Both of these fine drivers are joining us here today. Great, great drivers. Mini B-Man just got off of the Division 2 race, I believe, as well. So I'm sure he's flared up and ready to go. I'm excited to see him put rubber on the track here. And ladies and gentlemen, with that said, that is enough of the teams. Let us go to the game. We are just starting now. Our hello. We are just starting now. Our qualifying session. This is a short qualifying session. So it is only an 18-minute session. I do apologize. I don't remember if there's any audio while we're in the screen. It seems like all of our drivers are sitting in the pit comfortably, probably throwing on their um, their setups here at the moment. But Cubics, well, if I'm in the car, I may as well be in the seat. That's a strong argument. I'm only the commentator, but I think that's a strong argument. I will not lie to you. And I thought I saw somebody exit the pit for a second there, but I must have been wrong. Let's throw on the track map here, folks. And there's actually somebody out on track right now. My game seems to be
Looks
possible.
like Focoina is heading out here.
Perfect. Welcome back.
First one to go out.
Yes, sir. Let's see some telemetry data. All right. I'm quite excited for today's race here. I don't know about you, Money. I think Miami, once again, as I mentioned at the start of the stream, one of those fun tracks to just watch non-professional leagues drive through. There's so many dive attempts made by drivers in what might be uncommon areas that it just makes it really, really entertaining to watch.
Yeah, really awesome track here. Um, Quite a few drivers missing this evening, but um, obviously we're playing on the F125. Nothing's perfect, and we're just hoping to see if we can get a couple more stragglers here joining into the qualifying session.
Awesome. I did just realize I forgot to call out Gunner Addy77 for being your reserve driver here today. So thank you, Gunner, for jumping into the Ferrari seat here today. Who else are we expecting to have join us?
So it looks like Navik was signed up and Sakiza was signed up as well. They're having some issues getting in, so they're restarting their PC at the moment. As well as Ulysses, one of the favorites actually, um, going across the Division 2, right along Cubics, and a little unfortunate they don't have the opportunity here to kind of show their pace and show their skill, but I believe Cubics will take advantage of this opportunity. Like they said in chat, if they're in the car, they might as well be in the seat. So really excited to see what they can manage tonight.
100% agree with you on that one. Cubics, this is your time to show off if you want to possibly get that seat there. While we were discussing that, unfortunately, Focoena invalidated their lap coming up into turn 8, going through the fast sweep section here. Very unfortunate moment. We will be jumping over to No Cap, who I believe is the next driver on track after Focoena here. They're currently going up through Dolphin View. DRS is on. A lot of battery usage here so far. Do you expect we're going to be having any weather conditions today, Money?
So one of the drivers in the paddock was actually saying, "Uh-oh, rainy day ahead." So They may have some information on the online game radar that says there's going to be some rain uh, during the race session. It might be they're talking about later on in the quali session. It looks beautiful out here in Miami, but we can definitely see here, and Ahab's asking for us to get dragged in the booth. Let's get him up here with us now that he is ready. I'm gonna drag him up a couple.
It's annoying that
Sorry,
Discord
Ahab.
doesn't let you scroll or anything. No cap, our
Yeah.
first car across the line on 126.687. Ahab, welcome to the commentator booth. All right. Let us jump over to Grumpy Dad. I feel like I haven't seen Grumpy Dad in quite some time. He's currently uh, going through the final two corners here, crossing the line of 129.170. Both of the Aston Martin drivers setting the next two times here.
Now
Let's jump.
he is on a hard tire here. I don't know if that's a mistake by him. It might be just he wants to get some extra laps in, but very interesting strategy here, putting the first laps on the hard tire.
Yeah, I didn't realize that. Good catch though, Money. I am a little curious as to what Grumpy Dad may be thinking. Um, maybe he's attempting to save softs for a
Uh,
possible safety car.
I believe it's 100%, at least mostly wet race. Got a lot of drivers chattering, asking about wet setups in the race. So I believe we have an indicator saying that there's at least going to be some rain. So I'm not sure if he might be prepping those hard tires for to swap onto later in the race.
That'd be a huge big brain strategy from Grumpy Dad if that is the case. It's very
Or he might
interesting.
not, right, he might not care because he just knows it's going to be an all wet race.
It's interesting to me how the game's inconsistent on the weather across the drivers, which I guess would be accurate maybe? I don't know.
Well, and it's all percent chance as well. So they're only getting a prediction of what the forecast will do.
Currently on board with Rebel here, sorry. Going through the chicane I just mentioned, 14, 15 right there, coming up into turn 16. That is the stadium complex I mentioned earlier, folks. As you guys can see, a very, very tight section there. It's going to be interesting to see these drivers attempt to go through there side by side because I know it's going to happen. We almost always see some kind of mayhem with these fine folks, and I'm excited to see what's going to occur in the wet. Have either of you two driven Miami yet?
I just did in D2 and it was an all wet race.
Brutal. Rebel coming across the line at 126.145.
Yeah, I had experience racing in Miami a few years in a row here, a few seasons in a row. Unfortunately, raced Division Two as well with Ahab this evening, and ended up having an accident, crashing into a wall. With our LMU driving, I'm definitely used to some of those cars, but yeah, I love Miami. Awesome track, definitely no fault of its own that I crashed. Excited to see what these guys can do in the wet. Thinking about last season, we think about William and just his incredible ability to drive through the wet and take up positions. Really excited for this driver and to see what we can do or what we can see from him as a reserve.
100% agree with you on IUF1 William here. I think dubbed the Rainmaster in season 13. Very, very curious to see what he's going to be laying out on track during wet conditions. Nonetheless, though, MSA
Oh,
Samad and Reimer, 126.185 for Reimer, MSA Samad 126.539. It's looking like the top three drivers here are taking it pretty seriously right now. Is this kind of what both of you maybe expected? Rebel, Reimer, and Samad taking the top three so far?
yeah, I have to think. I mean, man, Rebel was just about to go off, set off another killer lap if he didn't get his rear spun out on that back straight coming out. But no, I knew Rebel was going to be quick. Mod, I wasn't sure about. Miami's kind of a particular track. You don't quite see everyone runs quite so close together. You can find kind of a lot of time, you know, in a lot of different places that other people can't. So I'm very curious. I don't really have an indicator on who's really going to shine today.
do agree the wet conditions as well will make it very interesting. I'm throwing up.
As Despy crashes into the wall on the exit of turn 1 and 2.
Oh, we see
Very
him.
unfortunate moment.
We barely saw him off to the side of our image here. Seems like his car got removed now, but as Teddy was crossing or going through the Miami River, we did see that Red Bull off to the side. Did you see what may have happened there? Either of you?
No,
So
I
yeah,
already.
I think he just lost it on one of the curves there, trying to get a little or take a little too much speed or maybe a little too much throttle, and it just took him into the wall. Those curves are really dangerous at those low speeds and even at the high speeds, but especially on the exit of 1 and 2. Yeah, just a really unfortunate moment there for the Red Bull driver.
Yeah, I can tell you that there was an emoji put into a group chat very quickly after.
He should have been focused on driving, not texting.
Yeah, he's quick, in and out of the car.
Well, very unfortunate moment for Despy. The car will be ready for racing, of course, though, so he will not be missing out on any of the fun wet racing. Unfortunately, though, I really doubt that Despy will be able to hold on to the 6th position here, as we have Cubics cross the line up into 3rd position, only a tenth off from our lead driver, setting a 126.253. Fantastic lap from the rookie prospect here. I didn't realize Williams had a new skin. That's a pretty skin. Whoa. Sometimes the special liveries teams throw on are just so much better than what they have, and it bums me out a little. All right, ladies and gentlemen, I am curious if Grumpy Dad decided to keep the hard tires, and Grumpy
Oh,
Dad.
as Cubix has a huge moment as well.
Oh no.
Oh my goodness, on one of the exits here,
Oh, yep.
in the at the end or the beginning of the 2nd sector,
He just
very
drove off.
unfortunate moment.
Yes, I did jump onto MSA Samad's onboard view, and as everybody here just saw, Cubics off to the side right before turn 11. Super unfortunate. Very curious as to what may have happened there, though. It wasn't like he was very deep into the corner either. He may have hit his brakes, locked up a little too early, or unintentionally, obviously, and just went straight into the wall. Super unfortunate moment for Cubics.
Mac is turning and starting his hot lap right now. First lap out, I think.
Let's jump on here with
First
the
hot
Red
lap
Bull
out.
driver.
Yeah, starting his flying lap now, heading across the line, heading into turn 1 here. Good rotation, staying in 3rd gear, heading into 4th, avoiding the curbs here. Really, really good rotation heading into sector 1. These are some of the most dangerous curbs here, dangerous corners, taking them beautifully, braking right at the black tarp there, taking a fantastic line into the start of sector 2. This is one of my favorite straights here in all of F1, just all out, pushing, a huge overtake deployment, braking, trying to slide into 2nd gear, a little bit of lockup here, slapping quickly into 3rd. One of the most dangerous corners in F1 here, heading into the left corner, over into the right side of the chicane, starting the big straight, heading into the final sector. Huge amount of deployment here. He has a ton of battery left. He's really done a great job at managing his battery this lap, braking right after the DHL, and he just overshoots it.
Yeah, you got to think that's going to cost him way too much. I mean, that's
Yeah,
just
that
going
is
to
going
be
to
a
cost him a ton of time getting a P13.
127.6. I had to think he had
And
a.
Tsukizo does actually get into the Oscar. I think they have done enough.
Oh,
He's
beautiful.
heading into his outlap now.
Wow. They went
Fantastic,
just enough
fantastic
time.
job by the Haas mechanics there getting the car out in time.
Super unfortunate though there with the massive lockup in turn 17. I do have a quick update for our Aston Martin driver. Cubics went to scratch his head and didn't hit pause, and the force feedback on his wheel took control and slammed him straight into the wall. Very, very unfortunate moment. Hopefully that does not happen during the race, but if there's any place to do it, it'd be during qualifying where your engineers have the opportunity to fix the car. And here we watch IUF and William overshoot turn 15, going through the chicane, and disqualifies his lap. Super unfortunate moment there for the Williams driver.
Yeah, taps the wall there as well. Looks
Oh,
like,
Rassam just hit the wall.
oh, snap.
Just hit it on the back straight, going through that last chicane there, going through with
Skizo heading
an
into the
enormous
final
amount of speed.
sector here as well. About to start his flying lap. Ahab, do you want to take us through this onboard here with Skizo?
Oh, Sakizo, one of my favorite guys on the track. I'm glad he
I
made
know
it
you
out
love him.
tonight. Here he comes, breaking just about the 150, coming around, overshot it. Oh, come on. I know he's got plenty of speed on this track. And I remember he played it last season. He was just getting a little bit more familiar with the car, but as he comes around here, at 75% battery, I'm curious if he's going to end up back at 100% by this back straight. Oh, he's sliding everywhere. Is Sakizo a full-time Haas driver?
Skizo is full-time Haas, D1, yeah.
Absolutely wonderful. Yeah, I got to get with Sakizo. Looks like we got to do.
Hey, relax.
That's
I'm Team
crazy.
Principal Haas over here.
We got to tighten him up because I know he's faster than this. It's all right. He just got out last minute. He
And it
knows he
does
has to
look
set
like
a
he
time.
actually invalidates the lap there on the exit
Oh,
before the
really?
straight.
Well, I mean, he just got to get out there. He got in here last minute. He's happy he's in the car. It's going to be a long, wet race. I hope he's got the right setup on, most importantly.
Yeah, absolutely. Let's see who else we can jump on board here with. Looks
Oh,
like Mini
Sakizo.
B-Man. There's Grumpy, Mac, quite a few drivers heading out here. Right out of the pits. I think it's 4 or
Oh,
5 drivers heading out now.
pretty close. 2 minutes left.
I will be
You think we'll
jumping
still
on
have an
to.
opportunity?
Let's see. We haven't been on board with Rasan quite yet here, our Mercedes driver. I do want to point out Sakizo did hit the wall coming out of turn 13, I believe. No notable damage, but that may have ruined any opportunity to be able to get a final lap in. And as I say that, I actually see him cross the start-finish line on my mini map.
Yeah, and actually we see here Rassam and MSA Samad battling on their outlap, trying to get that lap in before one another so they don't catch one another up.
Interesting.
Looks like Samad actually gives the position back. He's falling back a little bit. He understands that there is plenty of time to get this lap started. No Cap starting his flying lap. Oh my gosh, No Cap crashing into oh my gosh, No Cap upside down.
Oh,
He's flipped back over. He's flipped back over right side up. We've got a thumbs up from the driver. Oh my goodness, a crazy crash. I wish we had the capacities to share my screen as well as yours. Insane moment. We can show that after. Yeah, on board with Rassam now though.
I do. That is my one gripe is that we just don't have the what's it called, broadcasting power that F1 TV obviously has. It's hard to capture all the moments that you guys may see throughout a race. Maybe there's a way we could. I'm sure there's maybe a way to do that. We do see
I
Rassam
think
go.
if we had
uh,
everyone in one channel streaming their screen, which would be very hard to do, right? We could have that capability, possibly.
I believe there are some OBS plugins that we can talk about
That'd
Okay.
be
as well.
interesting to look into.
And if anybody in the chat has anything, please let us know. Absolutely. Always eyes and ears open here at PSRL to improve our stream.
I think
Looks
Samad
like
cooked here.
Rassam actually gives up his lap here.
Yes,
Yeah,
Razam came out of Sector 1 already 2 tenths below his fastest lap there, and unfortunately didn't look like he was able to make the time back here. Uh, Very unfortunate. Samad
Reimer
coming
in
up.
P1 right now. Of course, I'm biased, but there we go. The Ferrari driver ahead of Rebel in P2, and Cubics has actually kept P3 despite crashing out very early.
Oh,
As
oh my.
Samad heads up to P4, and William P5.
and
William.
Mac up to P6.
Ayuf and
Oh,
William jumps
P7
up
is
to.
Mini B-Man up to P5. Oh my goodness. A lot of
Reimer
these
sits a.
drivers here in the 126s.
Reimer sits another fast lap just because he can, a 125.4.
Wow.
Watching a lot of laps get pumped in here at the end. Very interesting.
Yeah, fantastic drive by our top 10 here.
An
Really awesome.
incredible amount of mid to low 26s.
All right, just to go through our times here, ladies and gentlemen. Reimer 125.6, Rebel 126.145. Reimer's our only 125 minute driver here. Cubics managed to keep their third place position on 126.2. And then after that, we have all the way down to 12th. So drivers second through 12th are all at least within a 126 minute drive. And then 12th through 15, right here, we have a 27, 27, and a 128. So honestly, incredibly tight grid. Reimer, though, clearly cream of the crop here at the moment, almost a whole half a second ahead from what I saw or remember, excuse me, from the rest of the grid. I'm very curious as to how the rain's going to obviously change this up, though.
Oh, and there it is immediately. You see it. Just pouring
Oh
rain.
boy.
I like to set the lines on safety cars. I don't know if you boys are interested. 2.5 maybe is the line. I think 1.5 might be a little slim.
I
I
can
think
throw
we're
a
for
poll up.
sure getting
Let's see.
2. It's about whether we're getting 3 or not.
How many how many safety cars? One.
Curious if
We're gonna say
we're
the
gonna get
hash is
rain.
a VTC. Is that good?
Of course.
One, 1.5, two, 2.5, 3 plus. All right. Throw a poll up here, ladies and gents, if you guys would like to vote. Papatism. Sorry, boss. I got a purple sector 1, but then clip the wall. All good. That just means you have the capability to be the best. You are the best. Wicked Sticks, I believe in you. Uh, threw a poll up if you guys are curious. I honestly want to say probably 2.5. I think we're going to get 2 full safety cars and then at least 1 virtual safety car, or however you split that up. I think our Division 1 drivers are quite aware. I think Division 2 drivers will have quite the advantage, though, obviously considering that they just came out of a wet race themselves. So I'm very curious how Cubics and a few of these other finer folks are going to be able to take advantage of that additional experience. Currently still waiting for some of our drivers to load in here at the moment. I guess while we're here, I'd love to inform you all that we're no longer just a F1 league. We are attempting to expand to different motorsport categories. Our current next sim, or at least our next biggest sim here at the moment, is Le Mans Ultimate. For those of you who caught our last stream, our race in Imola didn't end too well, but nonetheless, it's something that we want to break into. No help from me. No help from me. Uh, didn't end very
What do you
well.
mean? You had a great qualifying. That was a big help from you, man.
Oh god, that was well, don't look at the replay for that stream is all I'll say. But we're we're very excited to look into other motorsports. ACC has been thrown up. There are more than enough iRacing leagues, but I think if we have enough people join us and we get enough interest there, I wouldn't be opposed to doing something like that at least. But nonetheless, if you guys are interested, please join. We'd love to be able to
Yeah.
flesh out our other motorsport categories. Money, if you have anything else to say on that.
Yeah, absolutely. We are super interested in and love LMU at the moment. I think they have one of the best um, semi realistic sims. I think in the sim racing scene, it's really tough to call a game a sim race, or excuse me, a simulation, rather than an arcade, especially when there's, like safety rating and driver rating and all that. Um, but I think it has one of the best systems out there. Another game that one of our drivers did mention tonight, unfortunately, Grumpy Dad, he's having issues getting in, and he had mentioned ACC. ACC is another big love by us, but um, yeah, I mean, we're definitely looking to expand, and everybody, if they have any tips or anything for us, we're definitely all ears.
I think one of my best races that I think I've ever gotten to experience was in ACC. It was on a track called Snetterton. It's a Great Britain track, very funky looking. I mean, it's a mind-boggling layout. I highly encourage you all to look at it. In fact, I might pull it up while we wait. Um, we're here for some of our drivers to load in, but it's a very funky track. I had a great race there. I actually managed to lead a few laps. I finished 12th out of like a 30-person race. So it was a pretty big achievement very early into my sim racing career. And I'd love to be able to provide that opportunity to other folks as well as commentate on it. Though I'll be honest, for ACC I may even want to be a full-time driver, but we'll have to see if we get enough of you fine folks to join. And we have Carl here, accidentally not sending the correct emotes.
Yeah.
uh,
Yep.
I guess while we wait, I may pull up Snetterton just to showcase. I do think it's a very interesting circuit map here. Money. Any update here on our drivers at the moment?
Oh,
Oh,
here
I
we
shouldn't have
go.
said anything.
Formation lap, yeah, yeah. It looks like they were waiting for me to tell them to get started here. I apologize, folks. Yeah, it looks like Rebel got us started, thankfully. And yeah, he's starting in second position. If we can just go from the top here, we got Reimer in the Ferrari, Viva Ferrari. And we have the Alpine P2 for Mr. Rebel. Cubic starting in P3 despite going out very early in qualifying. I want to say there was about 10 minutes left or 8 minutes left. MSA Samad in the V Carb starting in P4. Fantastic performance by him, one of our veteran drivers, of course, alongside Rebel and Reimers. Awesome performances by them this season so far. And Mini B-Man, one of our drivers as well, stepping up from Division 2 into Division 1 with these limited assists, and he's just done a fantastic job. Bravo to him, and he's done a great job stepping up as Mercedes team principal. William stepping in P6 right behind him, actually driving in the Williams tonight, reserving for us in the absence of Prosk and Elliott. Missed both of those drivers. Hope to see them soon. And I think Prosk was actually on a flight today, so hope that went well, and we'll hear from him soon. P7, Mac, the Red Bull driver, one of our veterans, and really excited to see him in this race alongside his teammate in P12, Despy, two of our best and most entertaining drivers to watch. FIFA Teddy starting in P8, reserving for the McLaren team. He is one of our Division 2 drivers. Rassam starting in P9 for the uh, Mercedes team. I believe he went first pick overall in the draft. So really excited to see what he can do here in the wet. Starting in P9, it's going to be really interesting as he dodges one of the drivers. Uh, P10, Focoina. P11, No Cap. I'm going to kind of go quickly through here as we get the red lights coming up.
Red
Oh,
lights are coming up now. Green flag waving in the back here. I do apologize for the cutoff. Ladies and gentlemen, I hope you're ready to go racing. 5 lights are up in wet conditions, and away we go. The boats are taking off here. Not seeing too much. Terrible camera angle. We do see MSA Samad trying to go for a dive.
Oh,
Rebel losing a little bit of the rear there. We have Cubics losing position, unfortunately, there to MSA Samad. Samad holding the inside going through turn 3. Cubics trying to go around the outside. We see Rasam almost lose the car on the Mercedes there. Williams holding a close line behind Cubics as well. I think we're about to see another Williams masterclass here. Mac shooting off grid there. Big loss there, unfortunately, for the Red Bull driver. Foco end up moving around the outside here. We have Cecizo moving in here as well. Very hectic but tame start. To be quite frank with you, I'm surprised we haven't seen any blatant losses of control here. I'm very impressed by all of our guys so far.
I'm trying to
Yeah,
find
absolutely
something, but it looks
Oh,
good.
God, we're side by side. Cubis going into the inside of MSA Saman coming up to turn 11. We have IUF and William taking the outside. They're going 3 wide into the corner. Cubics holding the inside line between all of these drivers, managing to stick a nose ahead, going through turn 12. IUF and William making a move on MSA Saman side by side through turn 12. There's too much action. And IUF and William managed to get the move done up into 4th position. They're fantastic driving between those 3 drivers. That was ecstatic to watch.
Yeah, absolutely. William up into P4. I wouldn't expect anything else. Going up into actually the final hairpin here, he does have the inside line, so I expect him to go up into P3 and to overtake Cubic.
He's using all of his battery. He wants his position, and Cubic
Oh my
makes
gosh,
the
big
move on
overshoot by
Rebel.
Cubic as he goes in the inside of Rebel.
Oh, these guys want it.
He makes me eat my own words. He said, I'm defending this position with my life, sir.
Oh my goodness! I thought Cubic was going to defend. He went on the offense, almost takes it from Rebel, goes off it again. Rebel's struggling to find grip here out of these corners. Cubic is finding it for sure. Reimer's gone.
Reimer is gone. Reimer taking advantage of the mayhem right
Reimer's
now.
gone, yeah! Yeah!
No kidding.
No.
Showing my bias here as the Ferrari driver has a 2.3 second lead as No Cap actually has an issue, and I don't know if they pulled off to the side there and retired or what happened, but it looks like we do have a full course safety car.
Oh, as everyone
It
grinds to a slow
seems
halt
like
here.
No Cap, from the position he was in, may have lost the car coming out of turn 3. It is a pretty slippy corner, no doubt. Very unfortunate for the McLaren team there. And I just realized as well, Grumpy Dad is disqualified from the session. Did anybody catch that? I don't.
I did not.
Yeah, I did not. Unfortunately, Grumpy was one of the drivers that were not able to connect after the qualifying session. So I don't know if the start there, possibly he did not have the AI enabled. Not too sure here, unfortunately.
Very unfortunate for Grumpy Dad. I was quite excited to see him again. I feel like it's been some time, at least myself, from seeing him on track. But as mentioned, we are in a full course safety car here at the moment. Some fantastic driving from all of our drivers here. Reimer, unfortunately, losing almost a 2.5-second lead from all the fighting that was occurring behind him. Cubic's Rebel, Ayofun William, and Samad providing an absolute masterclass on wet condition racing. I mean, I don't know about you guys, but I mean, I was losing my mind watching all that. I mean, absolutely fantastic respect from all 3 of these drivers, and I'm very excited to see what's going to be happening here on Race Restart as well.
Yeah, you got to think that some of the prowess is coming out. You see Cubics making that move on Rebel. I haven't seen that many unique people make moves like that on Rebel, so it was very exciting to see William moving up 2 spots. Had a feeling that might happen, as we know William to have a strong prowess here in the wet. And FIFA Teddy also moving up a couple spots. Sakizo moving up the most, moving up 4 places.
Yes, fantastic racing here so far. I'm sure you're feeling quite ecstatic here as well. Money, very unfortunate safety car for your team here. Reimer losing the advantage. And I'm curious if you're maybe a little worried about Cubics after we saw such a aggressive driving from them, especially on that turn 17 dive on Rebel.
Let's go one question at a time, sir.
Are you worried that Cubics is about to stunt on your boy in first place?
Oh my goodness, the shade has been thrown. So no, I'm not worried. I know Reimer is one of the most experienced drivers in our league. William and him, I know, are in quite a few leagues alongside Rebel, and Samad is another driver. Rassam. A lot of these drivers race in more than just our league, fortunately, and that gives them a lot of experience. Cubics, I know he is one of the most fantastic drivers we've actually seen come to the grid. But to say worried, I don't believe so, because right behind Cubics we have Rebel, one of the best drivers in any league. And I'll say that very confidently. This is one driver that if you put him on any track, he can tell you, hey, here's how you want to drive it in the wet. Here's how you want to drive it with this. If a safety car comes out, you want to swap to this. One of the most experienced and well-rounded drivers that we know.
Absolutely. Oh man, I'm just excited to see what's going to happen here. I'm very curious if Rebel is expecting a dive like that, honestly. I think that dive alone makes me want to drag him into the booth here to ask how he felt. It didn't look like he was expecting the move, uh, but I wonder what other magic we're about to see some of our drivers here perform. I do want to ask and confirm, was Fifth Teddy our Division 2 winner for today?
Yes, sir.
All right, Fifth
Yes.
Teddy,
Yes, he was.
who had what I heard a fantastic case of masterful tire wear control, finishing on 97% rear right wear. Currently in sixth position here, gaining 2 positions on race start. I'm very curious if we may be seeing uh, that same type of strategy, though. If I'll be quite frank, and you guys can tell me otherwise, do you guys think that type of super long wear strategy is valid in Division 1? We can start with Ahab.
You mean taking the tire a long way? What do you? Oh,
Yes, a long
oh.
way. Sorry. Yeah.
In this race specifically, if it stays with the whole race, it is going to be a tough one stop. There is a safety car pretty early on, so no one's tempted to pit early, so no one's quite disrupted that much yet. But yeah, I think it's going to be difficult. I think it's possible. I think Reimer is going to have a great opportunity to, with the clean air, to save his tires and go for the one stop. But you're going to see a lot of these guys go two stops, I think.
Money. Do you have any
Yeah.
opinions on the?
So, I mean, honestly, I'm not too sure about the longevity of these wet tires. I think you can definitely take them a little bit longer than some of the drivers are used to. I did do ourselves the service of hopping into the race director, and it looks like the only driver that has a track limits warning is William. And then I did find out No Cap did receive terminal damage, so he did not retire on track. He actually, unfortunately, did crash. Um, Very unfortunate moment for the McLaren driver.
We're
But
back
yeah,
to
as we head back
this.
into racing speed here, Rebel is actually left a little bit in the dust here. 1.3 seconds behind, 1.1, kind of eating that time there, actually, as I don't know if there's a virtual safety car or
No, no, this is
it
full
looks like I
racing
do have a
position.
caution up here. It looks like they may be returning to full racing speed. Yeah.
Interesting. I normally get a little warning saying that the race is
There,
about to restart, and I didn't get anything this time.
there is a yellow flag in the end of sector 3. I don't know if there's no one there, so I'm not sure what the flag is there for, but that's what you see as the caution.
I jump over to MSA Samad, who just set our purple sector 1 here at the race restart. I see IUF1 William very rapidly closing in on Rebel, going for an inside dive into turn 11 side by side, giving each other a respectable amount of space. Rebel, a little bit of a bump from what I actually just saw. Rebel managing to hold the position, staying in third, and allowing MSA Samad to close the gap just that little bit more here. A lot of fighting between our top 5 drivers. Cubics managing to stay within 0.6 seconds as well as Reimer. I'm very, very excited to see what might be happening here.
Yeah, you could see Cubics, Reimer not getting the gap that he quite had before, but Rebel struggling to stay within a second here. I don't believe anyone has a DRS yet, so not too important. The UF1 William is definitely sniffing third place here. And with almost no battery, he pushes on him on Rebel. Takes the inside, breaks late. Pretty cleanly, I mean.
That was very, very,
Yeah.
very clean. A little
Rebel,
bit of a rear end by Rebel, actually.
yeah, Rebel not getting the exit speed as some of these other drivers. Samad just hanging on. A lot of these guys about 50% battery.
Currently on board with MSA Samad here in 5th position. I'm noticing that not only is Reimer very rapidly pulling away from Cubics, but IUF and William now is also very rapidly closing in on Cubics. So Cubics is kind of in a tough position here where he's watching the driver in front pull away, and now he's watching somebody who's already had to fight a few laps pulling in. So hopefully Cubics doesn't succumb to pressure here as he tries to catch up and stay ahead of two drivers here. I'm gonna say Samad very close to the rear of the Alpine though at the moment. I don't know if you guys have caught any other action elsewhere on the track. This top 6, top 7 though has been
Yeah,
quite close.
yeah. FIFA Teddy has taken the opportunity to slick right up to Samad. D-Man not letting Teddy get anywhere without him. Rassam doing a good job of holding on. And then everyone else, again, within a second. Gunner looking to make the move here. And he stops using his battery, backs out.
Yeah. Very
That's,
impressive moment by the reserve Ferrari driver. He was one of our very, very frequent reserve drivers last season. Really great to see him back on track again.
have to make a move on such a good driver like Sakizo. Not everything comes free.
IUF and William did manage
Yeah,
to get a
very
move
tough to
done
get
on
past him.
Cubics into T1. MSA Samad's almost going side by side into T4, decides to back out there. It seems like IUF and Williams is on a charge, though, ladies and gentlemen. He's already, well, it looked like he was about to be half a second in on a Reimer. He's only 0.6, though, and rapidly closing.
William making good work of these wet conditions.
I'm very curious how Reimer is going to be able to handle this. We saw fantastic, fantastic race control from him last season. A great, great final fight between him and Rebel in our championship decider race in Austria. So I'm curious how not only wet conditions will change how he approaches this, but if he's actually able to stay around IUF and Williams, who seems to be the most dominant driver on the grid at the moment.
As you say that, he cracks within half a second of Reimer. I've been the first car to be within half a second of him this whole race outside of a restart.
Any opinions here, Money, as the Ferrari driver? I'm sure you're at the edge of your seat here, watching our Rainmaster of the server approach your driver.
Yeah, I am riding on board with William here. Absolutely terrified as he's hunting down my driver, getting the fastest lap as well, down to less than 0.5 of a second behind him, heading into the first sector. Really nervous here. Just want to make sure there's no contact and there's a lot of safe driving, of course. If one faster is driver than, or excuse me, if one driver is faster than another, you know, and they can overtake them on track, that's fine with me. My main thing is no contact and no issues with, I don't know a better way to put it than screwing up Reimer's race and pushing him to the back behind Cubics and possibly into contention with Rebel.
A strong, unbiased view, as we love it here in PSRL. Very reasonable, though. Wet racing conditions are always very, very nerve wracking for us commentators, team principals, and the drivers. That's why I'm so astounded that we saw just such a great first lap fight between three fantastic drivers. Currently, we have a really nice train here. I'm quite enjoying it. Rebel and MSA Samad and FIFA Teddy very closely behind. Mini B-Man, a 3-second time penalty for excessive track limits. That is our first full penalty of the race. Super unfortunate for Mini B-Man. It's pretty nuts to me how much of a train we have going on. It seems like
yeah, those 3 seconds are gonna hurt a lot.
yes, yes, they will. We actually see Rassam move off onto the wet line conditions. The dry line has made itself very prominent. Is it even raining anymore, actually? I can't
I
tell.
Yeah, it
just see
looks like it
some
is
rain.
still raining quite a bit here. Definitely not by any means pouring anymore, but Little bit nervous for Mac here in P10. Ahab, what are your thoughts on the Red Bull driver falling down a few positions?
Yeah, definitely a rough start. Definitely took him a second to kind of square himself up. But stuck at the back of the train, hanging on. I'm assuming, knowing my driver, he's, left himself plenty of speed for dry conditions, given the opportunity here. So I am curious if it dries up, how much he's gonna, claim back.
Yeah, absolutely. The two Red Bull drivers just right behind each other in P10 and P11. Some of our most impressive drivers over the last few seasons, alongside, of course, Reimer, William, and Rebel. Of course, Samad, FIFA Teddy, and Rassam as well. Some of the greats here in Division One as well. Sakizo, unfortunately, as I see Mini B-Man actually tap the wall. Fortunately, no terminal damage there, but that could have definitely been a huge moment.
We have been on board with a little bit of a scuffle that's been happening in the back. Focoana trying to close in on Rassam. Unfortunately, shoots deep into turn 11 on a passing attempt and manages or allows Mac to close the gap here a little more as well. So it is for a lot of these drivers, making a mistake on an attempted pass may leave themselves very, very susceptible to drivers in the rear. So Focoana is going to want to have to keep his head down and make sure that he doesn't leave himself open after a mistake. Thankfully, I'd say turn 11 is a pretty good place to make it. Turn 12 is a very nice, tight right-hander that allows you to defend your position here. I'm very interested. Rassam's been the only driver to go onto the wet line to presumably cool his tires. I'm curious if that might actually do anything for him in the long run, as he almost loses it coming up into turn 8. Almost loses it again. These curves are brutal right now at the moment. Rassam still manages to stay quite close to the back of Mini B-Man here at the moment. I don't know if you guys have seen any attempted overtakes, but right now Mini B-Man, Rassam, and Fokuena seem to be the potentialities at the moment, I would say.
Yeah, I see a couple people dipping onto that wet line, perhaps to cool their tires, like Focoena, maybe spinning them a little bit. It's pretty easy to get them warm here in Miami. It's not cold when it rains, that's for sure.
I hate humid weather. I don't know about you guys. I've lived in the desert my whole life, so humidity is not my friend. Rassam and Mini B-Man shoot onto the wet line here. Rassam trying to stay in the draft of his teammate here, using a lot of battery, closing the gap, but I doubt we're going to be seeing a move here. Goes back onto the dry line into the braking zone. Focoana managing to close the gap quite aggressively. Reimer has now pulled a whole second away here. 137.888, our fastest of the session here so far. It looks like we're starting to have a lot of separations. Rassam going for an outside move on Mini B-Man. Mini B-Man giving up the position going into T1. Does Focoana take advantage? And he does not. Focoana is not quite close enough to do something. Rassam moves up to 7th position.
Yeah, it looks like Reimer's pulling that belt out, ready to put that BTA and take off. William actually struggling, and he's actually following behind 1 second. Um, really surprising to me, to be honest. William is one of my favorites to win the race, despite starting in, I think it was P6, but yeah, it looks like Reimer's doing a fantastic job of taking off.
Yeah, a couple more laps for to see the showcase of Ferrari's true potential through their strategy choice here. So we'll see how that pulls up comparison to some of these other organizations and teams here. Rebel always is willing to pull out a risky strat, especially if he's sitting in fourth here. You got to think he's trying to cook up something in that head already. And Samad's just been patient. Hopefully he's been doing a good job saving his tires, saving his battery, just trying to keep up with the pack, keep good lap times. And Mac, oh, and Mini B Man, looks like a lot of action. Everyone's real grouped up here.
Mini B-Man losing 2 positions on the straight. I'm curious what might be happening with Mini B-Man. It's clear that he's losing time somewhere. or either just doesn't feel confident with the tires here. And actually, as I say that, Mini B-Man decides to dive into the pit lane. He's going to be our first pit stop of this race. Rassam, Focoena, and Mac making their way past Mini B-Man before he did the pit dive here. I'm curious how the rest of the drivers are going to respond. I was actually about to mention that I think it's about coming up to pit time, and I'm curious. I'm curious what the just strategies are going to be overall here. MSA Samad cutting the line in turn 7 here, very very close to the backside of Rebel.
Yeah, Mini B Man, if he can do a good job on this outlap, he's going to undercut quite a few of these drivers here. It looks like it would be Sakizo, Gunner, Despi, Mac, Focoina, and Rassam.
It could be a huge position that. Who was it? I believe Rebel was the one that said that the undercut in F125 is incredibly strong. So as you mentioned, Money, we'll have to see how Mini B Man's able to take advantage of the situation.
You got to think they're feeling it on the 12th lap here on those tires. I'd assume everyone's above 50% at least, especially in the rears,
I do
especially
have
those
to.
who had a hard time with the wet conditions.
I saw a lot of slipping happen. We actually have Cubics and Rebel dive into the pit lane. I'm not sure if anybody else has gone in that I may have missed here, but that is two of our top 5 contenders going into the pit, followed by
Like
Focoena as well.
Focoina.
Anybody else? I'm starting to get really interested. MSA Samad really struggling to control the rear of his vehicle going through turn 3 there. I'm curious how he's going to handle turn 4, almost slipping. It looks like his rear is just skidding out from behind him, quite frankly. It seems like the turn 12, turn 11 pit stop may have been a viable strategy here.
Yeah, absolutely is. Mini B-Man comes out of the pits just right behind Focoina. Very unfortunate timing for him. But yeah, you'll have to see here on the track by just looking. This dry line is really showing, especially after 13 laps here. Um, these tires gotta be getting warm here on this dry line.
I'm curious if we're going to be seeing any drive tires. As I'm on board with Gunner, who hits the
Oh,
wall on Dolphin View. No damage. I really doubt that was any damage, but a very unfortunate loss of speed, if anything. There, Rebel making a pass on Sacizo into turn 11.
that
Very.
was brutal. If you saw that on the straightaway, you'd see that he didn't quite have the gap there, and they were tire to tire, shaking hands there for a little bit. Thankfully, everyone came out all right. But Sakizo wasn't giving everything for free there.
Rebels got to have a little bit of a challenge at least, even if it's making his way through the field here. Fifitetti, or actually, I was about to say Fifitetti closing the gap on MSA Samad, and it's because Samad and Ayufan Williams have decided to pit next. Reimer, our class leader, still staying out on in the front. Money, would you mind going into the race director and checking his last few laps? It seems like Reimer just hasn't lost any pace at all. I'm watching him not even struggle with rear end control where I've seen a lot of other seasoned drivers struggle with it.
Uh,
Yeah,
take a
both
look
Red
here.
Bulls
Looks
staying
like,
out.
yeah, the last 3 laps: 139.1, 139.2, 139.0. So yeah, definitely very consistent over the last 3 laps. The lap before that was 137.8, and then before that, lap 9 was 139.1, with a 138.0 just before that. So yeah, very consistent over the last 5 or 6 laps.
Fantastic driving from Reimer here. It seems like he will be the most dominant driver on the grid, obviously. Cubics right behind the back of the Red Bull Despi here. Very clear that the tire difference is notable. Very late braking compared to Despi. Manages to close the gap very, very rapidly. I think we're going to be seeing a by the book overtake here shortly. And I don't believe I've noticed any undercuts occur quite yet. We'll have to wait for the grid to finish pitting, though, before I think I get a good idea of what may be happening.
A few people are still in the mix. Reimer comes into the pit finally. I think Ipacetti is going to have his opportunity here. He stays out one more lap. Same with Rassam. They refuse to come in, and Reimer, where he comes out, might have already had a big gap on William here, but we'll see. I believe there's
Williams
a
coming up,
two-lap.
crossing the line. Oh, IUF1 William does undercut Reimer. Oh, no!
No,
He doesn't
there
undercut
it is.
Reimer.
Oh, as Sakizo gets a 10-second time penalty.
No.
Speeding in the pits.
Very, very tough mistake for Sakizo. I do understand it's a very tricky thing to do, and in the wets it's even harder. But I am very curious as to how IUF1 Williams is going to be able to take advantage of the situation here. He is on warmer tires, barely caught Reimer, I thought he was going to catch Reimer coming out of the pit lane. It seemed like William was slowed down. Was he slowed down, or am I hallucinating?
He overtook Mac.
William is going for a dive into T11, a super late lunge. Side by
Oh
side, they
my.
stay on track, going around the outside. T12 Reimer holds onto the position. An absolutely insane deep dive as William taps the wall coming up into turn 13. An incredible maneuver, and I think Reimer knows what to expect coming up into the last chance corner here.
Yeah, especially they almost gave each other the death hook. Both of them being smart and unhooking before they separate too much. That was definitely pretty unexpected. You got to think Reimer's going to be looking in his mirror the whole race now.
That was, I don't know, did you see that, Bunny? If I was you, dude. Ooh, boy.
Oh, I can't take it anymore. I'm too old for this shit. Rassam heading into the pits. FIFA Teddy staying out, just 7.5 seconds ahead of the net race leaders.
Mac staying out
William
as
is
well.
3/10 behind.
Both Red Bulls staying out, it seems.
Some of these drivers might be hoping for a safety car here.
That, or maybe they believe that it will become dry conditions and they don't want another enter.
That'd be a miracle.
Looks like Williams just got a track limit warning there at the edge of the big left-hander.
Yes, he did bite in a little into turn 7. All four wheels were off track from what I can tell on the onboard camera.
Yeah, a little cheater. No.
Just That's crazy.
Obviously, at PSRL, all of our drivers do intend to drive very fair and follow the rules. We do like to have a lot of fun with what we say, though, of course, here. So if you do have any interest, be sure to join our Discord with the link below in our bio in the About PSRL Live section. Be a pleasure to have you over here.
Mac defending Cubics coming up into turn 11. Cubics feeling confident on the brakes. Deep dive going into turn 17. And Cubics does get the maneuver done. MSA Samad looks like he's taking advantage of the situation as well. Mac loses 2 positions and dives into the pits. Fifth and Teddy as well.
Reimer sets another fastest lap.
Ooh, looks like MSA Samad had something to say about that one.
Oh my god. He makes me eat my own words. MSA Samad, one of our best drivers on track, like we've mentioned, up into P4 here. I'm going to take a look at the position change. It looks like the only person in the top 3 that has any position change is William, up 4 positions. Samad with no position change, and unfortunately Rebel down 3 positions with FIFA Teddy up 2, Despy up 5, Fokuina up 2, Rassam in his net even position here with Mini B-Man and Mac down 5 and 4 positions respectively. Gunner up 2, Sakizo up 3, and Wicked Sticks up 1 position following by our DNF and our disqualified driver No Cap and Grumpy respectively.
Okoina trying to go around the outside of Despy here.
Still holding the inside of turn 12. And Fokuina.
Oh, he gets it.
Oh, God.
Despy. Pretty
Both of
nice.
these drivers very experienced in PSRL, PSF1 specifically. They know that just one turn isn't going to end the race here, 17 laps into a 29 race, but Despy is definitely going to be coming back for that position for sure.
Yeah, Despy on the oldest set of tires right now. I don't even know how he's doing it. Must have had some tire whispering energy about him, but I think he'll be not coming in. Okay, stays out
Six,
for
17 lap old tires here.
rolling around on his 18th lap. Ridiculous.
MSA Samad getting an inside pass, side by side into turn 4, coming up into the fast sweeps. Oh my goodness, Cubics managing to defend and to hold on to third position. That was a very aggressive moment. It seemed like Cubics lost control of the car, lost speed coming out of turn 3. Samad took advantage and tried going in turn 4 side by side. Very, very good driving from both of these drivers.
Yeah,
Yeah, as we
Samad's
look
trying
at
to let you
the
know.
podium here, William is closing again on Reimer within 6/10 of a second here, heading into the beginning, or rather the end of the second sector.
Rassam gets a move around the
Please don't let
outside
him
coming up
pass him.
into turn
Please don't let him pass him. Please don't let him pass him.
I'm getting a switchback done on Despy going into turn 12 side by side. Rassam losing the rear side by side again up into turn 13. And it looks like Rassam gets the maneuver, moving up into 8th position here. Fantastic driving. Very interesting maneuver there. Despy managing to hold the inside line, defending Rassam, forcing him to kind of do a under-over maneuver there. And allowing his teammate Mini B-Man to possibly take advantage. What is your driver doing, Ahab? I'm curious of what the strategy is.
Oh,
He could be laying out the best strategy you've never seen.
I
Although
think.
I expect him to touch the pits now. This is a bit. There he
Okay,
is.
okay. Never. I think I was about to say. I think there's a reason we've never seen it. Despy gets a 10
Oh!
second penalty for speeding in the pit lane.
Oh!
All of the effort to try to keep as fresh tires as possible for the final stint, thrown out the window. That is so
Yeah, you
sad.
got to think he was waiting for some kind of safety car. I have to admit, our betting line seems to be getting smashed right now. We've had one, or we've had two. I think we've only had one.
yeah, just one here in Miami in the wet. Matching Division 2 definitely was not going to be on my bingo card. What about you guys? Could you have imagined a full wet race here? Do we think we're going to get any sunshine?
Double full wet race.
Oh,
I mean,
Sakizo heads onto the hard tires.
No.
It's
incredible.
raining. It's
Incredible.
still raining, Sakizo.
At least put socks on. What?
Incredible.
I.
Sakizo, it's raining. I can see the rain. We're going to have a team meeting right after
He
this as he
believes in the
slides
dry
out and he's
line.
sliding again, hitting the wall. Oh, very unfortunate moment.
Cold hards
It's
are tough.
in Sakiza's defense. It's a little sunnier on my screen now, boys. I don't know about you guys. I don't know if you guys noticed it in the stream, but it is a little lighter than it was before.
Right. It does not look lighter on my screen.
It
I
doesn't look
found it
lighter, but keep saying that. I might start believing it.
doesn't quite look lighter.
As
William
Reimer is ahead by 1.7 seconds.
losing a lot of time. You got to think
Samad.
that tire management is just kicking in right now.
Samad, as close as he's been this whole race to the rear of Cubics. Cubics using a lot of battery to pull away. Samad did not activate his battery in time. Does have, actually, I was about to say DRS. He doesn't have DRS. Closing in, though, coming up into turn 11. I think we're about to see a move.
Ours isn't even on, Sakizo. Why do you have hard tires on?
Side by side into turn 12. Cubics cuts the track going into turn 12. A super unfortunate moment. We caught that on camera. And MSA Samad, quite frankly, has no reason to risk the health of his car. He's been able to stay
Delete
comfortably
the
ahead of the.
VOD.
Delete
Penalized
the
in 4K. Penalized in 4K.
There will be no Stewart arguing about that one. That was caught instantly right
Yeah,
there.
I'll forward the stream link to my to the stewards.
Kizo heading back into the pits. It must have been a
Oh,
mistake
come on,
heading
makes the
onto
turn,
those.
makes dive.
Oh, God.
No battery on him. I don't know if he's going to make it out of this. He's sliding.
Cubics almost loses the car. Oh,
Oh, Cubics.
sorry. Are you guys watching in game or are you guys watching the stream?
I'm watching in game.
Both.
Okay, both.
Both. Yeah, both. I'll
Okay.
turn and look at your stream. Yeah.
I just wanted to double check, but uh, I'm sorry. There was a lot that just happened right there. So Cecizo went back into the pits to throw on intermediates, I assume.
Yes, yeah, it does have
Yes, he
intermediate
did.
sign.
Okay. and then
Research
Oh,
for the
it
team.
looks like Samad having a difficulty keeping the car together in P3 now. Heading into the beginning of Sector 2. Really rough start there. Losing about 3 seconds to Cubics.
Very unfortunate as well for Cubics, who just gained a 3-second time penalty, as we all saw last lap. Rebel and FIFA Teddy have closed the gap due to Samad and Cubics' fighting. And at this point in time, Cubics will fall another 2 positions due to the time penalty. And if Focoena is able to put a lap together, or a few laps together, excuse me, he may be able to also close the gap, and Cubics could lose out on 3 positions. So we're gonna have to see how Cubics decides to handle the pressure here.
He's done a little biased over there, kick team principal.
No.
8 more laps to go. That means Foco is going to have 16 lap old hards or intermediates by the end of this. It's like a tough ask.
My goats.
Yeah, absolutely. If anybody again in chat is interested in joining the league, please head to the Discord link in our About section. We'd love to have a few more drivers here, either reserve or join us full time. But I think Cubics is definitely pleading his case here. I think earlier in the stream he said, "Well, if I'm in the car, I might as well be in the seat," and he's definitely proved he's worthy.
I do 100% agree with that. That open AM position. Fifth and Teddy gets a 3-second time penalty for excessive track limits. Super unfortunate. It seems like it happened in the fast sweep section of sector 1. But yes, as you were saying, Money, Cubics making a very strong case, but nonetheless, for anybody interested, that is an open seat, and reserve drivers do get the opportunity to drive if full-time doesn't make it. So good chances to drive across the board here at PSRL.
I had a quick
absolutely.
glance.
Tonight we even have 4 positions open.
At a quick glance, William gained a lot of time. He was under a second within Reimer for a moment there. Reimer quickly gained it back. I'm curious if Reimer just had a quick moment. His tires are going to be unaffected for the rest of the race.
I've noticed a lot of back and forth between William and Reimer. It seems like William is a little stronger on certain parts of the track, but across the board, Reimer is just a little more consistent.
As William
Y'all ever
dives
had
into
a
the
farm
pits.
or a shop cat?
What? Wait, what'd you?
Y'all ever had a farm or a shop cat?
I don't know what either of those are.
So, you ever been on a farm and had a cat, or been to a shop, like a maintenance shop, and had a cat?
Yeah.
That's just like Reimer, man. He's playing with his fucking food. He's letting William get within a second, and then he takes off again. Lets him get in within a second, takes off again. Reimer is a hunter. He is a predator at heart, and he is going to take this race all the way home to the finish line.
And this is William putting on another set of intermediates. And this is what I was talking about, where these drivers are going to have a hard time with the wear. Miami just destroys your tire. And one stopping using just 2 sets of intermediates is going to be difficult. And like William has found out, you can't do it if you're doing
Rebel making a
excessive
move.
spinning.
Cubics making. I'm sorry, hold on. That was an absolutely insane maneuver from Cubics. Rebel going for an inside dive. Cubics broke, fell behind Rebel, let off the brake, and then tried to take an inside dive again. That was an absolutely astounding maneuver I just witnessed. I mean, I don't think I've ever seen something like that. That was on some Daniel Ricciardo stuff. Fantastic maneuver from Cubics. Unfortunately, nothing came out of it, but nonetheless, an absolutely unreal move there. I highly encourage you guys to review that on the stream there. That was interesting.
And now FIFA Teddy, with his penalty and Cubics' penalty, this is a fight for pure position. And FIFA Teddy on 4-lap newer tires. Now
Well,
snuck.
don't be so sure here. It looks like Focoina's just 2.4 seconds behind FIFA Teddy, 2.2 now actually, 2.1 in closing, getting ever so closer as William comes out of the pits and splits the gap here.
Oh, you got to think Williams is going to be trying to make up as many positions as he can
Five
on those
Yep.
laps
fresh tires.
is a big ask.
Yeah, he's definitely got these next two. I don't know if he can get Rebel in time.
No, I think IUF and William. I understand trying to gun for it all, but I mean, from where he is now, that's almost a 14-second gap between him and Reimer at the moment, and I just don't think Reimer gives up that much time to IUF with Williams. In fact, I think William may have removed his ability for even a podium possibly here. Um, he's gonna have to deal with Cubics and Fifitetti, who we've seen be fantastic drivers. So it's not gonna be an easy pass.
Yeah,
Yeah,
with
and
these new
Rebel.
tires though, he's catching very quickly. Won't be surprised here if we ride on board and he shoots it in the gap here into the final few turns.
Oh, he wants it right here.
Yep. Ooh, almost losing the rear a little there coming out of turn 16.
Punching the battery, but it looks like he's lacking about 20% from FIFA Teddy as Cubics actually goes to 0. So it looks like FIFA Teddy's going to get the pass done. William might be trying to get this done as well.
Oh, a
Shooting
little bit of
along the
contact.
inside of both of the drivers. Side by side, wheel to wheel.
And Cubic's not giving up anything.
Oh my gosh, this is incredible racing. A little bit of race contact there as he rear ends FIFA Teddy as they both go wheel to wheel. Oh my goodness, fantastic driving is a big fight for the podium here. Or potentially the podium. Big fight for P4.
William having to have brake really, really hard going into the fast sweep there. Fifitetti offline, compromised his entrance there. And I see Focoena closing in a little as well. William trying to come out of turn 8 side by side with Fifitetti. Cubics just does not have the battery here.
And Cubic's not making it easy to let them go by too wide. So William forced to stay behind, trying to sneak up behind Fifitetti.
Oh my gosh.
Then he's gone. Is
God.
he going to keep it here?
William going for a dive, moving up ahead, both Fifitetti and Cubics. Cubics and Fifitetti now going side by side through turn 12. Cubics holds the position. Focoena trying to find an opening, does not get close enough here. And I mean, what a fantastic fight. IUF and William moving up into 4th position. Cubics 5th, Fifitetti 4th, Focoena 7th. And I just realized Rassam in the Mercedes also here in the fight still.
Knocking on the door, he said, I'm still here. All of these guys fighting within just for that edge of a top 5 finish. Cubics and Fifitetti, although in the track position, holding penalties. So you'll see them at the back of this small pack here at the end of the race, barring no one else getting any penalties.
Yes, the real fight, honestly, to be quite frank, is going to be between Rassam and Focoena here. It's going to be a fight for 5th position, which Focoena did inform me that is what he's gunning for, to be a top 5 finisher here. So I think we're about to watch quite a dogfight between the Mercedes and the kick driver right now. Oh, Rassam almost losing the rear of the car going through turn 3 there. Manages to gain control of it. Good control. I believe Rassam has the tire advantage, though, unfortunately. And as I check, yes, Rassam has 3-lap younger tires. Focoena has 13-lap old tires. And I just think we're going to be seeing a tire diff here at the moment.
I haven't really watched the needle too much. William is the only other one that might be moving the needle here. It's sitting 2.6 behind Rebel. Oh, huge game there. I'm not quite sure what happened on the timing board. Oh, and it's back. Okay. Yeah, although he's got those 10-lap newer tires compared to Rebel, 3 laps left, 2.2 seconds here, it says. Highly unlikely, but he might get pretty close.
He's already within 1.9 and seems to be dropping pretty quickly here. I think Williams is going to be a driver to watch for sure as well as he tries to make his way back up onto the podium. Once again, a very interesting strategic decision. Unfortunately, he lost quite a few seconds of laptop fighting between Cubics and Fifitetti, but I mean, that was an absolutely fantastic series of corners there. I'm astounded to say that this has probably been the cleanest race of the season so far, even though it's been wet.
Everyone's done a great job, especially that middle of the pack there. It gets really tight, especially with multiple people on different tire strategies and different real true positions. It's
Okawina and Rasam go side by side into turn 1, 2, and 3. Little bit of
contact.
contact there on the exit. Fokawina hitting the
Oh!
wall.
Fukuoka missing their right end plate, unfortunately. I didn't see the contact between both drivers. I did see Fukuoka hit the wall. What occurred there?
Don't look now, but Williams got blasting his battery on the back straight, and he wants it against Rebel. He's a tenth of a second, 1.16, 0.11. I don't know if he's got it all the way here. He's going to try. Yep. Brakes late. Rebel braking, waiting for William to make a mistake. Doesn't. Don't know if Rebel's going to have the gas to take this back.
No,
Yeah,
I
with
don't.
10 lap old tires, going to be a very tough battle there. And it looks like now William is just 12 and a half seconds behind Reimer.
Gone. Wow.
Podium is probably locked in here. Mark my words. Hopefully, no commentator curse. Wink, wink, nudge, nudge. Hopefully, Gunner just takes the P2 out from everybody, but we'll have to see what happens here. Hey,
William is
the safety car.
yeah, William is making quick work of this. Rebel, realizing now that he stood no chance of holding that back. That's a lot of pace and a lot of lap difference of the tires. This question you asked in the beginning of the race, is it worth it to extend these tires in D1? Yeah. In some cases, no. In some cases, yes. Reimer taking the longer stint first, obviously holding the better true pace anyway. And then having the newer tires, newer than Samad. Samad doing a good job, but 10 seconds behind. I mean, this is over. William now half a second behind Samad. Wow.
Yeah,
2
he's
laps to
catching
go.
quick. Catching
Yeah.
quick. I think he might go for this dive bomb here. He
Yep.
is.
And
As he
Samad,
gets the job done heading into P2.
Not much Samad could do about it. William coming from so far back and nailing the braking line, rotating the car, and just getting out of the way.
Rainmaster for sure. Wow.
Rain Master.
see a little bit of fighting here in the back. Mac and Mini B-Man, Mercedes and Red Bull, a historic rivalry going up into turn 12. Mini B-Man trying to go side by side, not able to do it. Mac gains a position, moving up into ninth. We'll have to see if Mini B-Man's maybe able to get his get back coming up onto the back straight here. And actually, I just realized Mac is on significantly fresher tires, so that was not going to be happening. Fifitetti and Cubics are our last two position fighters here. We're on our last lap. Both of these gentlemen have 3-second time penalties. And I think whoever finishes in front won't lose out on too many. Fukueno! No, Fukueno! He got a 10-second penalty for speeding in the pit lane. No,
William
Fukueno!
with a 3-second penalty. Oh, he's good. He's mailed. He's even 4 seconds past Mac. I mean, Samad.
Oh, Fogoina!
No. Whoa. Oh, no. I'm so
Well, so Focuena went into the pits there. You had to think his tires were popped. I mean,
I have to assume so, obviously. On the last lap to risk going into the pit lane, I have to assume there was something wrong with the car. He did have wing damage, as we saw earlier. He maybe thought it was worth changing. I'm not too sure what that was. Very interestingly enough, Cubics and Fifitetti closed the gap on Rebel. I'm not too sure what's happening or how Rebel lost so much time to these two drivers. But we
tires. He's babying them. He knows they're 90%. I bet they're gonna pop. These guys have thought it would be easy one stop, and it's not. The end of this stint really starts to make you realize that you have nothing left in the rear, and you have a good chance to pop those tires. Oh, as you see, Samad just spun dead in the last corner, gets it gripped up and gets out of the way. Oh, he's
Side
Rebel
by
get
side
it.
around the
Oh my
Oh
outside.
gosh!
shit!
He's
He
left the
squeezed.
car.
Oh! Oh, race contact again! Huge crash
Oh
on the
my
start
god!
finish line!
It's folded.
Oh my!
It's folded. No.
Oh, everybody's hitting everybody. Oh no.
He's over the line. He
Oh my
doesn't
gosh! There's another
care.
front wing takes
Rebel
victim to the start finish
gets
line
it.
crash.
Despy gets a 10-second penalty for speeding in the pit lane. What just
Oh my
happened?
goodness!
You hit the wall before you were done. No, Fuckwada, what are you doing?
No.
Fukwada hit the wall before he crossed the line.
It's a wall and they can't cross it.
He did cross the
No!
line. Oh my god. No.
Oh my
Oh
goodness!
no.
What an incredible finish by Reimer, the Ferrari driver.
Side by side, Samad
Samad
and
had a
Revel.
puncture.
Oh.
Oh my goodness.
Oh, I can't believe that. Just
One
what
of
a
the most
race.
insane finishes.
All right, ladies and gentlemen, Reimer, top step of the podium. A fantastically dominant drive by the Ferrari driver. IUF1 William, our Rainmaster, second position here. And Rebel, a literal last turn finish from the Alpine driver. MSA Samad's tire popping, making him lose control of the car, finishing in third. I mean, that was. This not only has been, I think, the cleanest race I've ever seen, probably the most intense one I've ever seen. I mean, fantastic moves from all of our drivers. Oh my gosh, I'm gonna start getting into real highlights. This was a great race. Whew. Ladies and gentlemen, that was our Miami GP. Joining me here today, the wonderful Captain Ahab and Money the Merchant, our director of motorsport here. What a race, you two. I mean, I'm astounded, quite frankly. I mean, you always hear a wet race and you kind of anticipate, not the best things to happen. And I think this may have been one of the best races that we've seen, or at least I've seen in my time being here.
I'm in shock by the utter amount of amazement I just experienced and the amount of entertainment. Bravo to our drivers. A fantastic display of racecraft. I've never seen so much action with so little action. I don't know if that makes sense. I might be a little on the spectrum here, but just wow. I mean, I'm speechless.
I 100% understand what you mean. Sorry,
I
Hab,
haven't been
please.
able to say a word. I haven't been able to say a word.
I was
I
sitting there
was
with my
so.
fucking jaw open for a minute. Like,
What am I supposed to
whoa!
say, dude? It became so much. I mean, such an exciting. I feel like we got to experience all of it. There wasn't too much going on where we couldn't experience it. I feel like we got to see most of everything, which was really exciting. And there was still a lot to see, which was also just such a great combination. So, what a great race. What a great opportunity to be a part of it. And congratulations to Reimer.
Yes, fantastic, fantastic race. I did miss out on these last few messages in the chat. Papatism, it seems like you got kicked, I guess. I do apologize. I didn't see it say that you left the server. And Cubics is, of course, asking if it means he got the seat. Uh, I can't say anything on the commentator, but if there was a race to show off how good you were, this has probably been one of the strongest showings I'd ever see. I'm actually trying to pull up clips, but I can't seem to do so, unfortunately. I really want to replay that finish line situation that just happened. What a finish!
Yeah, absolutely insane. Bravo to all our drivers. Cubics, if you DM Grumpy Dad, the team principal, you should be able to get a seat. I'm not 100% sure here, but definitely one of the most fantastic shows we've seen here by a Division Two driver. Great job.
Absolutely. But I think with that said, I won't keep our fans here any longer. I hope you guys had a fantastic time. I know that I had a great time with this race. I 100% agree with Money. So much action with so little action. If you guys are interested in joining, please join us on our Discord. The link should be in our Twitch channel. We have 2 divisions. If you're new to sim racing, do not feel daunted. We absolutely love having new people. So that is again is Division 2 if you are trying to get into sim racing, and Division 1 if you want to join just the fantastic action that we just witnessed on track today. That was Miami. Next week, ladies and gentlemen, that is the third. May 3rd is going to be in Great Britain, Silverstone, one of the best tracks I think of the calendar. Definitely one of the most popular tracks on calendar, and one that also possibly can have wet conditions. So I'm very astounded by the wet conditions we saw today, and I kind of want there to be a little more, to be quite frank with everybody. But with that said, once again, I'd like to thank my co-hosts here, Money the Merchant, Captain Ahab, and with that said, do you guys have anything you'd like to say as well?
Yes, sir, you said it perfectly.
All right, thank you guys. Oh, I
Yeah,
saw.
bravo to our drivers. Fantastic race there, and definitely an action-packed finish. Thank you all for tuning in, and we'll see you next week in Great Britain with our sprint as well.
Bye bye.